Hi, I'm Jo Taylor and welcome to the Misadventures podcast. Well, this week we've got Nathan Caton joining us on the podcast. His stories definitely are kind of those not so great travelling stories, as in they're good stories, but not so great for him in the moment.
Before he even got on holiday, he was having nightmares.
Yeah.
Or trying to come home. He was just having nightmares all over the shop.
He was, yeah. And just probably questioned his own sanity.
Yeah, I'd have been questioning my own sanity.
So yeah, and then, been on Pointless, hasn't he?
He has been on Pointless. He was on Pointless this week, if we've timed this episode right, which I'm trying to do. Professional as always.
Yep. Never anything else. Do you think you'd be decent at Pointless? I think you would. If it was a music round, I think you'd smash it.
Yeah, I think I would, to be honest.
And probably anything to do with like Marvel, DC. You'd be able to name characters that are like a little bit more obscure, which is obviously the aim of the game.
You'd be good at Pointless.
Go on, give me a fucking shit joke.
Because like your existence is pointless.
What? That is so rubbish.
Sorry.
Should we crack on then?
Yeah, let's crack on.
Wow. Nathan, thank you for joining us on the Misadventures podcast. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. So I was just telling Stamps actually before you joined us that I've been back into the office today, first time in 4 months.
Oh, cool.
I was a bit anxious, not going to lie, a bit anxious, but I got through it and I'm back home again now. Working from home again tomorrow and for the next 2 weeks until I have to go back in. So, yeah. And we cannot wait to hear your, I want to say, misfortunes travelling.
Yeah.
I have already got a little bit of an insight into one of your fiascos, shall we say.
You're hyping these up. Misfortunes, fiascos.
Yeah, I mean, it weren't great. It wasn't a great situation. So I think, Nathan, do you want to just dive straight in?
Okay. So my first story involves me being, well, I'm going to sound really spoiled, right? But I was stranded in the Caribbean.
So awful.
That's not a bad place to be stranded.
You see, that's it. People always go, oh, I feel your pain, boo-hoo. It's like, no, listen, it really was. Okay.
The cocktails were on tap and it was just terrible.
Mate, I know. Gosh, I mean, can you imagine having to survive in the 40-degree heat? Oh, my gosh. So I was in St. Lucia. It was for my cousin's wedding, right? My cousin's sake, she's close like a sister, right? For her wedding. Me and my brother, I mean, I was already skeptical about being out there because I had so much work lined up. I mean, I don't want to say that her wedding or marriage was an inconvenience, but...
Would have picked a better time.
Yeah, no, it's like, if she's so selfish, she's just consulting my agent and sort of stuff with my diary.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, and I was having to lose weekend work because I mean...
At least get married on a Tuesday or something.
Exactly. Who gets married on a week? Listen, if they get divorced, they owe me reimbursements because I missed out on so much work. Good. Anyway, I'm out there. Right? The wedding was lovely. It was cool. Had a good time. Chilled for a few days in St. Lucia. Me and my brother, we're heading back. Right? We're at the airport. We go to the British Airways check-in desk. Right? And if anyone listening is a fan or works at British Airways, just fast forward this bit because British Airways, me and British Airways, we have beef.
Oh.
They know it. Trust me. When after this happened,
they know it.
For the next 2 weeks, I was all over them on Twitter. But anyway,
not on talking terms. So then.
No. Well, I'll get to that in a bit. But so I go to the British Airways check-in desk. I put my passport down. I put my ticket down to get my boarding pass. A minute goes by, and me and my brother, we're still there. All right, so okay, cool. No worries. Check in. May take a little while. Another minute goes by, and we start seeing people who were in the queue behind us just go ahead, like go straight to security.
Oh.
And we're like, okay. Listen, let's not panic yet. But something in me just said, like, just keep an eye on what's going on, right? And then the check-in agent, she's like, sir, I'm sorry, but we don't have your name on our system.
Oh my God. I
was like, what? Because you're not on this flight. I was like, how, you mean I'm not on the flight? The ticket's here. It says, my name and everything like that, all that kind of stuff. She starts typing away again, even more. She gets one of her colleagues to come over and ask her something. Maybe she was stuck and she didn't know how to do it, but she asked her colleague. Her colleague starts looking,
trying to make it look more important at this point.
Yeah, like she's actually doing something. For all I know, they're just like playing Pac-Man on the computer or something. They're just looking at each other and looking at the computer screen, pointing, tapping things, right? And then she calls the supervisor over, and then the supervisor comes over, does the same thing, starts looking away, tapping, going, okay, I'm like, what's going on? Why does it take 3 people to check in on someone? Like,
I've got a ticket. I've got a ticket here.
Exactly. It's like, I'm not a Forster bank. I just want to go to Green for Middlesex. Never said that in my life, but I said it then.
I just want to get out of St. Lucia and go back to Middlesex.
Exactly, mate.
Dream big. Dream big.
Yes, exactly. Go hard or go home. In this case, I want to go home. The supervisor, she's like, so have you got any other another ticket or anything like that? I'm like, no, I'm just giving you what I've got. Like,
oh yeah, because we all just buy 2 tickets for a plane, don't we? I'll buy 2 just in case one doesn't let me on.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that way, extra legroom as well, isn't it?
Oh, wow. No, because you guarantee you'd get 2 seats nowhere near each other.
Oh, yeah, imagine that. Yeah. One seat is a 6A. Where's the other seat? 39D. I'll just bounce in between the 2 during the flight. At this moment, me and my brother were both concerned because it's obvious that something's going on. Right?
Yeah.
She's like, your name's not on our system. We don't know what's going on, but your name's on the system. I said, how can it not be on the system? Right? But then, instead of so basically, she said they couldn't find the name. I was like, well, have you lost my name? But instead of admitting that they had messed up and lost my name, they started questioning me like I was in the wrong, like I was the wrong person. So that they were asking me questions like are you sure you're flying with this airline? I was like, well, firstly, it says British Airways on the ticket. Also, even if it didn't, who turns up to an airport and guesses what plane they're on? You know what I mean?
That one.
I just joined this queue because it was the smallest, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw British Airways. I'm British. That makes sense. No, obviously.
I thought that's the only one that went back to Britain.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
blue. I like blue.
Had they checked your brother at this point, or was it just you?
No. But it was, in the end, it was both me and my brother. But I was first up. But my brother had the same problem. So yeah, they were like, "Are you sure you're on this flight? Are you sure you're meant to be flying on this day?" I was like, everything's on the ticket that says I'm on this plane.
A ticket produced by them.
That's it. I didn't write this ticket myself. You gave me this.
Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't like this. Wasn't done on Microsoft Word. You guys did this.
Just paint.
Just a paint picture of yourself in the corner. Roughly matches your passport picture.
Oh my goodness. Yes, and then all these questions, but they were making me feel like I was a criminal. I was like, I just want to go home. It's like, if I got here, why wouldn't I go back? You know, that's that's not a holiday. That's asylum. I'm not doing that. I just want to go home, mate.
They believed me on the way.
Yeah. So exactly. It's like, and they just refused. At one point, she was like, "Okay, well, we can compromise." Compromising for a ticket that I bought.
Yeah.
And what is a compromise?
No compromise.
We'll take you halfway and we'll drop you off.
Yeah. How strong a swimmer are you, Mr. Caton?
You can hitch the rest of the way.
Have you got your Duke of Edinburgh award? You can do the Atlantic
I love it. I love we'll compromise.
So their compromise was so basically they'll let everyone whose name is on their system, idiots, they'll let everyone on, and then if there's any space,
you'll be allowed on.
Oh right, how kind of them.
I know, how kind of you to let me on a flight. Yeah, exactly, that I've got a ticket for and everything. Oh wow. But everyone turned up because British Airways, what they do, right? They sell more tickets than they've got seats. Which I do not get that logic. It's so stupid. So what happens if everyone turns up? What's going to happen? It's like,
someone else mentioned this. They oversell the flights. It's like, how ridiculous.
In case people don't turn up. So, but if everyone turns up, then what? You're going to have people sitting on people's laps? I'll sit on a pilot's lap if I have to. Just get me home.
You found out what happens if everyone turns up. They draw a name out of a hat and go, just tell him he's not on the flight.
Yeah, I think, Yes, I think you're right.
It's so stupid. So everyone turned up, and then she was like, "Okay, everyone's turned up in economy. There's only spaces in business class, right?" So I said to her, "Okay, well, can you put us in business class?"
Yeah, I'm not fussy.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take an upgrade to compensate for your mistake.
For your balls up.
Yeah, that's my compromise. I will be
Yeah,
bumped up.
exactly. But then here's the thing, right? I said, okay, can you just put me and my brother in business class because both our names weren't on the system. What she said was, we can't do that because you're in economy. But what I heard was, your cheap ass is not going in business. Like, it was the way she said it. It just felt like she was saying, your cheap black ass isn't going there.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want to do.
Oh, of course they can.
So they refused me. They refused me, right? And then they just kept on interrogating me, and it got to the point where probably the dumbest question I've ever been asked in my life. But she said it. She was so. There was no joking. There was no sarcasm. She was being genuinely serious. She was so genuine. It kind of made me, for a split second, question. Because okay, the question that she asked me, sir, are you sure your name is Nathan Caton? That's what she said.
Oh,
So, are you sure that's the name? She was so she wasn't joking. She was so convinced by it. For a split second, I was like, "Is that my name? That is that? Yeah." Like, I looked at my brother like, I'm Nathan.
ringing your mum up like, Mum, is that my name? Have I got this wrong? Am I confused?
It's like she genuinely thought that for 30 odd years I've been getting it wrong.
Well, damn. I've been getting the wrong name all this time.
It's spelled Nathan, but it's actually pronounced Stephen.
Hang on, let me just consult my passport. Oh, it's wrong on there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the end, after all of that kerfuffle, they were like, "No, we're not letting you on the plane. We can't put you in business class because you've got an economy ticket." They didn't even give me a hotel.
Oh no!
They just turned me away. Luckily, the rest of my family were out there for my cousin's wedding. They were staying longer, so I went back to the hotel and managed to get some extra nights. And then about 3 or 4 days later, when we all travelled back, the same check-in agents were there. And they bumped me up to business class. Like, you could have done that 4 days ago. What annoyed me even more was that so those extra days that I was in St. Lucia, I had some TV work booked in, and I had to cancel it. And it was good TV work as well. Decent show, good pay, etc., etc. And I had to email them and say, guys, I can't do this TV
I'm in St. Lucia.
because I'm in St. Lucia. Yeah, which just takes the piss. It just sounds like I'm just like I can't be bothered. Like I'm on holiday. I would come, but I'm chilling on the beach. No, I want to be there. I really want to be there, but British Airways aren't letting me. And so for the next few weeks, mate, I was just tweeting British Airways, just nagging at them, taking a mick.
Did you ever get to the bottom of it? What they'd actually done?
No. They kind of just failed to acknowledge that they made a mistake.
Oh God, I'd hate that.
On Twitter, they even said we will no longer be replying to your messages.
We don't know what to say, so we're not going to say anything.
I just can't believe you let it go, to be honest. I think that I'm a fairly relaxed person in a lot of situations, but when it comes to stuff like this, I won't leave it.
Joe would be chasing the plane down the runway.
And another thing.
Get out of my seat.
Yeah, it would be 100%. Yeah. I still can't get over them asking if that's your real name. Like, what were they expecting you to say? Like, oh, gosh, do you know what, actually? I'm using the wrong bloody name, aren't I?
Nathan Caton. That's my rapper name.
You've turned up with a ticket and a passport. You've fulfilled your contractual obligation at that point. There's nothing more for you to do. You've got one job as a passenger and you've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I also find strange about these big companies, though, is you see these things on social media where they've got this lost teddy back to this heartbroken child, which is obviously lovely. But can you not just get actual people back to their home as well? That's what you're actually being paid to do, isn't it?
Concentrate on the easy stuff.
Yeah, on the stuff that you are actually meant to be providing a service of. And that's what I don't get about these things. Like, oh yeah, we've, got this doll or bear or whatever back to little Keith.
I mean, who's calling their kid that poor kid? Who's calling their kid King?
Yeah, the very old school name.
Yeah, no, you never meet a baby Keith. So we weren't aiming at anybody, were we? Yeah, they advertise themselves for doing this amazing, saint-like work. And then it's like, well, can I just put that energy into getting me home? Oh, goodness me. So what next, Nathan? Have you got any more airline grudges? Hotel grudges.
Airline grudges.
Just get them all out. Vent to us.
Okay. Well, the other airline story. It's not actually me. It's my girlfriend, but I felt sorry for her eventually. Yeah. Well, at the time it was funny, but then after it was like it was funny / scary. And then after she was safe, I was like, okay, this is funny. I'll turn it into material.
Oh my goodness!
Basically, we were flying back from Bruges Airport in Belgium. No, sorry, Brussels. Sorry, we went to Bruges, but we're flying from Brussels. That was it. We're going to the security part where we give our passports over and they check it. I go first. No British Airways issues. They've got me there. I'm down. Like, okay, go through, sir. All right, cool. And then my girlfriend goes up, right? Now, my girlfriend, she's Indian. She's British Indian, but maybe they looked at her, they didn't realize she was British, even though she had a British passport. I don't know. But they just saw a brown-skinned lady, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, miss, but we're going to have to keep your passport and we're going to have to validate this. Do some extra security or whatever. So they put her over to one side, right? Now, at first, I was like, okay, it's no biggie. I mean, I know my girlfriend. And she's been lying to me for how many years now? I know she's not a master criminal. She's my girlfriend, so she'll be back in any minute. They'll see there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes go by, and she's still not back. I can see her. She's standing right there, but she's with the security guards and stuff. I go up to say, guys, she's with me, right? But they shoo me away. That go away, go. You can't be here. Right?
Yeah. Once you're through, you're through. They don't want to know anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You're not allowed back near that security bit. They're like, go.
Oh yeah.
I don't go all the way. I kind of go to a point where I can still see her, but I'm not close enough for them to shoo me away. So I'm there just watching and see what's going on. Then I noticed there's like 3 other guys who've been pulled over as well. But here's the messed up thing: they're all brown skinned Asian people.
There's a theme.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a very noticeable theme. Like it was near the duty free, and there's like a little door which like for the staff. They go in there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So in the end, I'm waiting for about half an hour. My girlfriend has to come back, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I know what's going on, but I'm like, is my girlfriend going to come back? I know she's done nothing wrong. Like, we've been in Bruges. We've done nothing, nothing suspicious at all. We've just been like on a little, post-Edinburgh Fringe break. It was cool, right? Eventually, she comes back. No, she WhatsApps me saying, I'm on my way. It's cool. She comes back. She's like, they must have thought I was like, I know what they thought. And then she was telling me they were asking a question like, who are you with? And she was like, my boyfriend, that black guy that you told to go away. And I was petrified for my girlfriend because I'm thinking like worst case scenario, the action movies, where you got that inspector with the glove and then you can bend over, all that kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm just thinking, oh, is she going to be on the news? Is she going to be in jail? I'm thinking all the worst case scenario things going through my head, right?
Hang on. You put being in the news before being in jail in that priority list.
I mean, I was going to say worst case scenario. He was going for a body cavity search rather than she's getting locked up for nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Though it's all part of the process. You know what I mean? Cavity search, put in jail, on the news.
Oh, right, okay. We've reprioritised now. Right, okay, right. Back on track. All right, then.
Not me on the news, but my girlfriend on the news, right? So I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'm scared for her. And then it wasn't until eventually...
I'm probably a bit pissed as well. She's made the news. This is my career trying to get noticed. And she makes the news like that.
Yeah, she's on... You know how hard it is to get on the BBC? You're just doing it all. When she came back, I was like, are you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm fine. And we were in silence because I think we were both shocked and furious.
Yeah.
Right? And then we get on the plane and she was like, I can't believe that just happened to me. And... Because I'm a prick / comedian, all I could say was, well, at least it's not black people anymore.
Oh my God. Oh God.
But yeah, that didn't happen to me, but I guess it happened through my girlfriend to me. And I was upset and scared for her.
But it's just madness, right?
When I saw all the people that they pulled, I was like, wow, like guys, could you make it any more obvious? At least
exactly. Just pick a few people you think are no harm, but just do it to kind of not make it so obvious.
Yeah, it was so blatant, and oh man, one of those moments where you're like, did that actually happen? Because I know my girlfriend is like, my girlfriend is like the most ditzy person in the world. Like, even if she was a criminal, she'd be a shit one because she'd be so ditzy, she wouldn't be able to organize anything. Like,
or is that what she wants you to think?
That's the master plan.
Don't say that, because now I'm going to look at it differently when I finish the podcast.
That's never happened to me. Like, you know, like going through because like you always worry, don't you? Like, I feel like airport security is one of them moments in life whenever, it doesn't matter how many times you fly, it's always a very nerve-wracking moment. You obviously have to go through these like body scanner things, and like I feel like, right, just act normal. I'm like, why am I having to tell myself to act normal? Just don't try and bring any attention to yourself. But by doing that, I feel that you look like such a psycho because you're overthinking it. It's like,
you look dodgy then.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, if the beepers go off, I'm like, oh my god, and just start to panic, don't you?
I got pulled once. Yeah, when I used to live and work in Holland, I used to come back a lot of the weekend. Obviously, you know, because I was just coming back for the weekend, stay with family. I just have a backpack with me. Tried to walk through, you know, the old nothing to declare.
Oh yeah.
And some guy is obviously seen I was like early 20s with backpack. He's like, come over here, mate. Emptying my backpack. Like, is there anything in here that shouldn't be? You know, if you're coming back from Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
I know for a fact that there's not, because it's my bag. But at that moment, it's like you second guessing your name. I'm thinking, there's something in that bag, isn't there? He's going to I know there's nothing in there, but in a minute he's going to pull out a gun or something from my bag. I'm like, I'm going to be in jail for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know. It's you get so paranoid.
It's such a horrible feeling. Yeah.
It's like when they say, "Did you pack this bag yourself? Have you ever left it unattended?" And it's like, well, I mean, I didn't load it into the taxi to get me here. The taxi driver was alone with the suitcase in the back of the car, actually, for about 5 seconds. Could he have planted something? Yeah. Like, there have been times that I haven't had my eye on the bag, actually.
There was a moment at home when I popped upstairs and it was with the wife. So, double check it. Yeah. Definitely double check it.
Yeah, also, could anyone be near your bags? We're in an airport. What do you think? Look how many people are in an airport, mate.
I don't know. It's a weird feeling, isn't it, going through an airport? I think you're both extremely excited. It's also the most nervous of a normal scenario that you shouldn't be nervous about, that I think people get themselves into. It's very strange.
It's one of very few places where you're convinced that you've done something wrong. And that somebody is going to arrest you for something.
Yeah.
What else have you got for us? Because I think you've got a couple of stories, haven't you?
Yeah, so I have, again, it's another beef with, they're now called TUI.
Oh, yeah.
TUI Hotel in Cyprus. It would have been 2018. I remember it because it was during the World Cup. I was booked to do a gig in Cyprus, right? They were going to fly me out there, pay for all my accommodation, give me, breakfast, dinner, all that stuff, do the gig. Only for one night, but I'd be there for 2 nights. I have 1 night off, chilling. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds great, mate. Yeah. If anything, this sounds too good to be true. And it was. So they fly me out. I live virtually right by Heathrow Airport.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. They could have flown me from Heathrow, but they took the cheap option and they decided to fly me from Stansted or Southend instead. So I had to travel around London to get to the airport. Basically passing Heathrow runway to go to Stansted or Southend, right? Get to Cyprus. The hotel, lovely. It's like 4 plus, whatever they call it? 4 to 5 star hotel, right? They've got how many outdoor pools? They've got different complexes. So it's places lush. Like, oh, this is great. This is lovely, man. Get into the hotel, they check me in. They're like, I got there in the evening, like, dinner's been served now, go straight to dinner. Then afterwards, come back and we'll get you to your room. I'm like, okay, cool. I go down, have my dinner, buffet dinner. I'm like, this is great, mate. I've been paid to be here right now. I've been paid to sit here and eat.
I'm on the clock now.
This is what I've been waiting for all my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is my big break.
Come on, Mum.
I've made it.
Mum, I have made it. I'm eating lamb and all that kind of stuff. I'm not even hungry, but I'm eating because it's there. So I'm just eating. I'm going for. I'm having dairy food. I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't care. It's there.
If it's free, I'm risking it.
Mate, that's the thing. I go to like these like all-inclusive buffet places, right? And like I don't see the word buffet. I see the word challenge.
Yeah.
Like I challenge you. I'm gonna take you out of business, and I've never won. Never won. They always beat me, and I always suffer and forfeit. So I'm just stuffing all this food. I'm like, man, this is great. You know, I'm getting to chill tonight. I'm not even gigging tonight. So I eat all this food, have some drinks, go to the hotel room and just chill.
So I've got an important question just to interject. When you are at one of these buffets, what's your approach? Do you just get a bit of everything and just pile it on and just go up 3 or 4 times doing the same? Or are you a bit more sophisticated and get a meal, you know, something that goes together like a bit of curry and some rice and a naan, and then go back up again and get like some pizza and chips, and then go back up again and get something else? What's your approach?
The latter. I get a little meal.
Oh, you are fancy.
Is that fancy?
I think so. I'm definitely not like that. I'm taking whatever looks good. I don't care if it doesn't go.
No, you can't have pizza and curry together. No, come on now.
This is the point, because it's the only time that you can take the opportunity.
I'm with Nathan here. When you go to a Chinese buffet and the people are, you know, delving into the Indian section on the same plate, I'm like, no. Yeah. Have your Chinese, then go back and get your Indian, then go back and get
exactly. Your you got to break it up, mate.
You live by too many restraints, guys. I think you need to loosen a bit and just see what it's like. No. Have the chicken tikka and sweet and sour on the same plate. See if you like it.
Body will be like, "Where the fuck are you, Nathan?"
Oh my goodness!
Too many different palettes. What's going on?
Yeah.
I stick to the cuisine and then go have another cuisine. And then keep doing that. That's my strategy.
Okay, all right. I had to ask because people do it in so many different ways, don't they? It's a bit of. I think you're one or the other.
You can be strategic, and you can make like a barrier. If you find like something like a pancake in the Chinese, you can segregate your food. So you can build like little duck pancake wall,
like a little wall of like rice down the middle, and on one side you could have tikka masala, and on the other side you could have sweet and sour chicken.
Asian fusion.
Exactly.
When you put it like that, it sounds actually does sound very intriguing now.
Yeah. So you got to your room.
Oh yeah, and here's where the.
Oh yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Sorry. It's a full podcast. Yeah. Okay. So here's where the shit hit the fan. Right. If there bloody was a fan, there was shit. There was lots of shit. But hey. No fan. They're like, here's your key. It's downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yes. Okay. Exactly. Yes. And that's when I was like, what do you mean downstairs?
Alarm bells.
So basically, they put me in, probably it's not even like the chef or the cook's room. It's like the janitor's cleaning staff rooms.
Oh my goodness.
You go down 2 flights of stairs. So you're on the -2 level, right?
You're not even in the upper class of the lower class. You're in the lower class of the lower class.
Yeah, basically, like if we were on the Titanic, I would be, you know, where they're chucking fire into the furnace.
Engine rooms.
That's where my room was, right?
Right.
Right down there, right, grit and the dirt, right. I was below the reception. The room itself, bloody awful. So cold tile floors. I thought, okay, fine, you know what, we're in Cyprus. Okay, I don't need warm carpet. The room itself, it was like below the room, below the reception, right? So I'm proper in the basement.
Right.
There's it wasn't a proper window. There was like a little slit in the top of the room where if you looked out, you could see people's feet, the staff walking back up to reception. That's all you could see, right?
Oh.
Only you couldn't see that because there's a massive, big old bloody wardrobe blocking the only bit of like
air.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even air because basically just people's feet sweat.
Oh, God.
There's nothing in the wardrobe. The bed is like a tiny little single bed, which looked like it hadn't been changed since, like, I don't know, maybe 1972, something like that, right? There's a massive TV, which it didn't work because it was so far down on the ground, you're not getting any bloody reception anyway.
Oh, no.
And it was like one of those, it was the old school TVs that was the big back, you know, the box. Yeah, this is 2018, and this TV, like, it's from like the 80s, whatever, right? And then the shower, the bathroom, it wasn't even the shower. So basically, you go in and basically there's like a little raised bit. It's a square of bricks, basically.
Oh.
And you step over it to get into what they call the shower, but it was just a hose that was on the ground. You just picked up.
They just put a little lip on the floor, just to make it look.
It was like, you know, like if you're spraying a dog or like you got a dirty bike or something.
Yeah,
it was that basically. you just spray yourself. I didn't even check if the water was hot or not. I doubted, right? And there's like a little tap in the corner, and I saw that, and I was like, hell no, hell to the. I did not fly all this way here. Like, honestly, you know, I went back to the reception, and I've never used the line, "Do you know who I am?" But I was so tempted. I was so tempted because I was like, "Listen, I know that I'm working for you, but I'm not working for you like that."
Yeah.
No.
They put me in that room thinking, "Oh, he's working for us. He's staff. Let's put him in the staff conditions."
No, yeah.
But then I showed it to holiday reps, right, who were there. Even they were like, "We got a flat just down the road."
Yeah, we didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, "Wow, it's like a dungeon down there." But yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Listen, I'm not staying in that room. Okay, get me another room." It's the only time I've been a diva. I'm a very laid back kind of guy, you know.
To be fair, this doesn't sound diva-ish. This sounds like human rights.
I agree.
Yeah, it was but I kicked. It's the only time I've kicked up a fuss doing stand up. It's got to the point where other comedians on the circuit, they now know. They're like, "Oh, that gig in Cyprus, is that the one that Caton kicked up a fuss?" Word got around that I'd kicked up a fuss. And I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." I told them, "Listen, get me another room, or I'm buying a plane ticket myself and going home." At that point, I would have bought a British Airways plane ticket to take me back home. And they're like, "Well, sir, there's nothing we can do." It's like, no.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not doing the gig if you're putting me in that room. I called my agent at this time. It's like midnight or after midnight because I got there at night, and I was like, "Listen, I'm sorry to bug you, but..." And I went back to the room, took pictures, sent it to my mum, sent it to my agent, and they were like, "What the hell?"
Your mum not ring you back and say, "I thought you said you'd made it."
Yeah, exactly. I was literally about to say, it's after you've just been, being pretty cocky about the fact that you'd made it, eating all the lamb chops and whatnot.
Break that down.
Now you're sleeping in a shithole. So
my mum watched me back saying, "See, you should have stuck at architecture, like I told you." And they were like, "Well, can you give us a few hours or whatever?" So first I stayed by the reception where chairs and stuff were, and then they were cleaning there, so they kicked me out from there. So I had to go back to the room.
Oh no!
Yeah, I went there for a few hours, right? And I think I fell asleep on this nasty old bed. Well, I got woken up by a fly on my face.
Oh God!
All I remember is jumping and going, "What the fuck?" And then I'd be like, then I remembered where I was.
Yeah,
like, oh,
that makes sense. It makes sense.
That's why.
But how can they say, "Oh, well, we can't do anything"? This is literally a hotel. Again, the same as BA. All you're paid to do, what you specialise in, is giving people a room to stay at night.
Yeah, exactly.
You should be able to do something.
They were taking a piss. Because I was doing a gig for them, they treated me like I was like shit member of staff. It's like, no. Without me, you don't have the show that you're advertising.
Yeah.
So I've done a few like gigs where they've put me in like shit hotels. I'm like, you do realise we are the show.
Yeah.
Like, just treat us decent and you'll get a good show. If you treat us shit, you're not going to get a good show.
Yeah. It's not like you're saying, right, I want a bowl of M&Ms, but only blue M&Ms, is it? It's not like you're making massive requests. All you're saying is, I want to stay in a room that meets my human rights, doesn't make me feel like a leper, and potentially bugs aren't going to be crawling all over me in the night. I don't think that's too much to ask for.
Put me in a room that you would stay in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
It's a normal, standard room. Eventually, they put me in a better room with, a working shower and a decent bed and TV, etc., etc.
How good of them.
But then, was it? So that was 2018. So 2019.
Don't tell me you went back.
No, okay, here was a promoter was offering other gigs for TUI, not that one in Cyprus, but other gigs.
Yeah.
And he booked me for it. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I'll do it. And then about a week or so later, I got an email from the same promoter saying, so basically, you did TUI Cyprus last year, and you put a whole bunch of unflattering things about them on your Facebook and your Twitter and stuff. They've seen it, and so we've had to take you out of the gigs. And I was like, all right, cool. I meant every word of what I said.
Yeah. I stand by it. It was a shithole.
It was. So you will not see Nathan Caton at any TUI gigs in the foreseeable future.
But surely they must have like acts like yourself coming in fairly regular, you would think they would just have a room or 2 rooms just dedicated to that. They don't have to be as fancy as actual hotel, like the guest rooms.
Yeah.
Just something very, very plain and standard.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You would think, wouldn't you?
Trying to cut corners, isn't it? Save their money, but
I'm loving this. I mean, you've like come on now and ripped BA a new one and ripped TUI a new one, and hopefully, if reps from these companies, are listening and would like to convince me and Joe that you do decent hotels and flights, we would be willing to go for free and check them out for you.
Nice.
I actually have been with TUI and BA before.
Don't say that. They're not going to send us now.
Well, no, I think it still works, Sans, because again, I didn't have amazing experiences with them. I went on a holiday and I got told that my hotel had been knocked down.
What?
Yeah, that was TUI. Yeah. So that was challenging. That was an opportunity for self-growth, I feel. Yeah, probably. And
you say knocked down, isn't what? Just bulldozed down?
Yes. I think that is it's exactly how it sounds. They didn't get enough custom, so they knocked it down.
And they didn't think to tell anyone who was booked in there?
I think we got told like a week before.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, it turned out all right in the end. But even so, that was a TUI holiday. And when I flew BA, flying there was absolutely fine. But on the way back, I'd just driven 7 hours from Niagara in Canada to Philadelphia. I just had this awful feeling. Just something just didn't sit right with me. And as soon as I got back to I got an Airbnb for the night. As soon as I got there, I had a look at, because I had no emails or anything. And I looked at my BA app, and on it said that my flight was cancelled. And I was like, fucking knew it. I knew something was going to go wrong. I knew it. And I was just like, this was all just going like too well. I had a few bumps along the way, but generally most things worked out. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be stranded here. Because that is my worst nightmare, that you can't get home. It's fine if you can't get out. It's the getting home that's scary, isn't it? But the thing is, though, the company that I booked it through had actually tried to contact me, but the email address that I put in for all of my details was actually my work email address, because I thought it was going to be like more secure and everything like that. So they'd contacted me loads to try and get me rebooked to another flight. And obviously I wasn't in the wiser. I didn't have access to any of this information. Yeah, I rang up the booking agent and I was like, oh my God. I was like crying. I was like, I'm not going to get home. I was like, you need to get me on a flight. And I was just so tired at this point. Yeah, they were like, we're going to send an email and all you need to do is reply back so we know that you are the person that you're saying you are. Yeah. And I was like, that is the problem. Have you not listened? I don't have access to the email. That's why I'm only just contacting you 6 hours before I'm meant to fly to rebook, because I don't have access to them emails. And they're like, right, gotcha. Yeah, we can't help you if you don't have access to them emails. I was like, well, then I'm never getting home because I haven't got access to them. And all my family and friends are asleep. And they were like, well, okay, how about, can you send us like another form of like ID? Luckily, I did take my driver license with me. But I had to email it to them. And she was like, yeah, great. Okay, thanks for that. I've got that email. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just send an email to the email address we've got on record, and we just need you to reply back saying that you're happy for us to rebook your flight. And I said, I think we've already gone through this. I don't have access to that email address. How am I going to confirm this? But can I just ask you a question? If I wasn't Joanne Taylor, why would I be trying to book Joanne Taylor another flight home to get her home safely as an act of evilness? What kind of evil person would rebook a flight that's been cancelled for somebody? And she was like, yeah, I see your point.
I'm not getting anything out of this.
I'm not taking anything away from, and I started speaking about myself in the third person. I was like, I'm not taking anything away from Joanne Taylor. I want her to get home. And it was like, I just want to get home. And it was so bizarre. But so I still to this day haven't been told my flight was cancelled.
Yeah, I reckon it's your fault. It normally is.
I feel like these guys have got too much money, not enough common sense.
Maybe.
Definitely.
They stick to like the common sense doesn't allow them to deviate. They just stick to that. Follow this guideline, follow this script, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not trained to think for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
They get scared then.
So Because I said at the start, didn't I, that these were what was the word I used?
Fiascos. They've definitely fiascos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes.
Exactly. And you were like, oh, you're building this up. Well, obviously Nathan hasn't had a great travel experience. Is that it? You surely haven't got more travelling mishaps or anything like that.
Missing last trains and stuff, being stranded and stuff. Yeah, that kind of things happen. Being a comedian, I'm always like gigging late, and sometimes you cut it really fine between like finishing your set and getting to the train station.
Yes.
I mean, now that I've been doing comedy for long enough, I've got it down to a T now. Like I know timetables at the back of my hands. Like I need to do this last punchline by 10:27 at the latest.
Oh my god!
10 minutes to get to that station to get the 10:37 train. Yeah, I've got all that down.
Would you like miss bits out of your set if you're like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking make that train. I'm not gonna make it. Right, we'll cut that bit out.
Hell yeah!
We'll cut it out.
Hell, listen. Many audiences have been shortchanged because of the London. It was the National Rail Network.
Oh my god! Could you even imagine?
Sorry, people. Sorry to any audiences who are listening who I've shortchanged, but
they're just looking around at each other, going, "Did you get that joke? Did you get?"
Yeah, that last comedian was he did all the punchlines, but no setups. Abstract comedy, I guess.
Very clever.
Well, obviously, every single show has been personalised, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Spin it that way. All of them unique.
I love the idea that you've got one eye on the train timetable while you're on stage.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, mate, trust me. My brain is like going in all directions.
Have you ever asked an audience member the time?
No, because I've always got a watch on. So I pretend that I'm like, I'll put the mic in the stand, pretend that I'm like, when I've got my hand up to put the mic in the stand, I'll quickly have a quick glance at my watch and be like, okay, yep, cool. 2 minutes left.
It's like, it's all right, the junction box has gone down in Birmingham. We can do an encore tonight. Here we go.
Oh, I've had that where I've had to get off and like, not like brag, but audience and be like, more, come back. And the comp is like, do you want him back? I'm like, you best fucking not bring me back.
He's gone.
I'm like, no, mate.
Nathan has left the building.
But mate, I've got a train to catch. Yeah, I'm a stickler for timing, both on stage and off stage. But yeah, in my early days, there were times when I would like just mess up. So once I got stranded at a Huddersfield train station.
Glamorous.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's the only place I gig. Glamorous places. Cyprus and Huddersfield, right up there.
Surely they're twin cities, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I missed my last train, and the other comedian who was on, he drove me up, but he was gigging somewhere up north. So he was like, I can't drive back. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll just get the train back. I missed the last train. I was like, oh, shit. So I went to the coach station because I thought, okay, I'm just going to have to get a coach back to London. And just my luck, the coach was fully booked. Now, it's like 1 a.m, and it's who are all these people traveling from Huddersfield at 1 a.m? What the hell is? How is a massive National Express coach? How is this fully booked? And he was like, nah, mate, sorry, I can't let you on. So I had to go back to the station and just sit there until I think the first train back to London was like 6 a.m. I spent like it's been like 4 hours just sat there. Cleaning staff came and went, and it was.
That sounds horrific.
Police just trying to move you on. You can't sleep here, mate.
That's the thing. Yeah, there were police officers, and I'm so nervous that they were gonna like think I was like, I don't know, homeless like guy up to no good or something. They must have just saw the tiredness in my eyes, and they just let me sleep.
that just looks like a desperate individual.
Yeah, exactly. There goes a guy who clearly hasn't made it. Yeah, and I sat there, and I remember finally getting home to London. I got back home in West London about 10 a.m. when I should have been home at like 1 at the latest.
Yeah. So we are so close to being able to spread our wings and get out of this place. Nathan, where are you? Where have you got somewhere in mind as the first place you want to go? Not necessarily to do with your comedy, but just as a holiday.
Oh, as a holiday? There's 3 places. I can't decide which one.
I mean, you can have all 3. This is hypothetical. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Go for it.
okay.
Go for it. Go crazy.
The first one.
I mean, we're not paying for the trip, right? That's not what I'm
No, you're
asking.
not.
There's not some big surprise that go, wow, Nathan, you are booked on to a B8 flight.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking you to Tui in Cyprus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, first place is Bordeaux in France.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
The reason why is because during the pandemic especially, I've been learning French.
Oh, how's that been going?
Are you fluent now?
I wouldn't say I'm not fully fluent, no, but I mean, I can hold a conversation. If someone talks to me in French, if they talk at a good enough pace, or slow enough pace, rather, then yeah, I'm cool. I can understand them and I can reply back.
Oh, that's good. So you're going to be that guy practicing your French.
Yes, exactly.
Brilliant. I'm sure they can't wait.
Yeah, excusez-moi. S'il vous plaît. I just want to immerse myself because I feel like that's one of the best ways to just kind of learn it, kind of chuck yourself in, and the sink or swim thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wine country as well. Nice.
That's why I chose Bordeaux. I've been to Paris many times.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I need to go somewhere else now, apart from Paris. So Bordeaux.
Nice.
So at least if my French skills don't come along, I can just get pissed.
Just get on the red wine. Yeah, happy days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bordeaux, that's one place, right? The other place is Toronto, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Anyone who knows me will know that Toronto is like my second home. I want to retire there. I want to live there.
Oh, really?
I would have moved there earlier, but you can't make a living from stand-up comedy.
Oh, why not?
Canadians have got no sense of humour.
Well, they don't have the comedy scene.
Oh, do they not?
They've got a comedy scene, but it's not to the like grand scale that is here in the UK or like New York or LA.
Yeah.
There, it's very small. There's only maybe a few clubs. You get a lot of Canadian comedians who come over to the UK instead. But also, I mean, I've got family there on both my mum and my dad's side. It's like London in the sense that it's very multicultural, you know, and everyone kind of just gets along in a big old melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cleaner and friendlier than London, and I love that.
Yeah, it's not difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toronto, and also I'm a massive fan of I support the Toronto Raptors in basketball. I'm a big basketball fan. The third place, which my girlfriend and I were supposed to be going to this summer, is the Caribbean. My girlfriend and I, we were going to go to for the carnival. Basically, we were going to island hop and go start in Barbados, then go to Grenada, then go to St. Lucia, then go to Antigua. Barbados and Grenada would be for the carnivals. Yeah. Because me and my girlfriend, we both love carnival and dancing and stuff. Yeah. Go to St. Lucia for like a little, just a nice island, little chill out time. And then go to Antigua because that's where my family are from.
Oh, cool.
Let's go and see my family in Antigua. And then come back home.
You've got family in some awesome places.
Yeah.
So lucky to have 3 places to go and stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I need it if I can't get back.
That's it. I'd get stuck in Stockport. It's not quite the
same. Those are the 3. I don't know what order, but those are the 3.
Good choice.
No, they sound good. I think they're some good places. Well, thank you, Nathan, or should I say Steve, not quite sure now, for joining us on the Misadventures podcast and sharing your travel fiascos. It's been good. It's been a laugh. I've enjoyed myself.
Oh, thank you for having me, man.
So we hope you've enjoyed yourself too.
Yeah, it's been great, man. It's been a nice chat. Thank you.
So that's it. We're done. That's a wrap. Stamps, you can do your thing. That was all right, wasn't it? Good little recording.
A good little recording. I can't imagine ever being so frustrated and annoyed and just confuzzled that somebody would say to me, "Are you sure your name is your name?" And I would legitimately question it.
Yeah.
Poor Nathan.
That is so frustrating, like in them situations where it just feels like the people just genuinely aren't listening to you. And it's like to the point where they're questioning if somebody knows their own name. Like, I'm irritating overselling on flights, and yeah, Nathan did not have the best experience today. But we are very thankful for all of the effort of the staff at the airport. You did an exceptional job.
Yeah.
Creating a good story for us. So thank you very much.
And special thanks to Tui in Cyprus for having quite possibly the worst sounding accommodation I've ever heard about.
Oh, yes.
Really looking after their guests well. Onwards and upwards. Hopefully, Nathan's had better luck since then. If you want to hear more from Nathan, he is now, hopefully, fingers crossed, back touring up and down the country again.
And if you see him look at his watch, you know what he's doing. All right?
Yeah, you better leave before he does.
Do not shout for an encore, because he will not be back.
He is gone.
Yeah, he's already on that train. All right. find us on Instagram, Misadventures in Travel. Follow us, like our posts, support us, and if you've got any stories, any misadventures of your own, DM us, let us know, and we could share them on the podcast.